Oh, it is such a pretty picture out there with the white on the ground. And I say the white because for most of us, the white is sleet. There's a little snow up north. You know, the funny thing is you can't really tell. White is white. You're above it, you look down, it's white. But you pick it up and you realize it's not the fine snow that you make snowmen out of. It's these little ice balls that came down last night. Some people do have some snow, don't get me wrong. The snow will be ending, especially up north. There's a little band, a very small band that's sweeping through. But lake effect continues, and I'll show you that in a second. It's always cool to look at because especially when you have two different layers of precipitation. But we're going to have these wind gusts to 30 miles per hour, which are going to keep wind chills near zero today, so that part of the storm is certainly here. Record lows are likely tomorrow morning. The record is 12. I think we're going to easily get down below that to 9, and then we'll have some melting in the afternoon, but staying below freezing. So you see some of these flakes still flying at Stephenville on the bottom, so there's definitely flakes flying out there. And even you got Cedar Creek over there on the bottom right. There's flakes that are out there, and it just depends where cameras are located. The winds at this point, these are steady winds. You can add a few for the gusts, so they're gusting to 25 and 30 miles per hour. There are your temperatures. It's 19 at Cedar Creek Reservoir, but it is 14 at Richardson and 12 at Lake Ray Roberts. So here is the cool part, well, the cold part. When you have the lakes, which are still obviously open water, we don't freeze area lakes around here very easily. You got to do that for an extended amount of time. So you can see where the bands are setting up. This is Eagle Mountain Lake. And the problem with this, lake effect snow is really close to the ground. So this is one of those things we're not going to see lake effect snow from all the area lakes, only the ones near the radar. So Eagle Mountain Lake is here, and you can see one of these big bands blowing through Fort Worth, south side of Fort Worth, and where it's the darker blue, it's coming down enough that it could accumulate, and it's kind of a north-northwest wind, so you're going to accumulate on the southeast side of an area lake. I know it's a lot to talk about, but Lake Worth is also blowing it in. Over in, you got Grapevine, you've got Louisville. It's not picking up the stuff in Dallas County, but I can tell you there's no reason that it wouldn't happen there too. It's just because we're closer to the radar site here. What I point out is this is a little band of light snow, the last of the lift in the atmosphere, which is blowing through. You can see it's moving in a totally different direction. All these bands are blowing one way. This is blowing the other way. And that extends, that's the last of any of the precipitation from our storm for now. It's up in Montague County, moving towards Cook County, where you've had some, I mean, you've had 4 or 5 inches of accumulating stuff because it's been snow and sleet. They've had more snow up on the Red River. Wichita Falls got 7 inches of accumulation, where it's 6 degrees right now. But most of us, the last of the sleet pellets are moving through Tyler, Athens, Palestine, exiting the area. If anything, this accumulating stuff, the main lift moved through a little bit sooner, which got it out of here quicker. Fine by me, because as Chip mentioned, I mean, you know, they're not in good shape, but they could be in worse shape. There's a little small piece of energy moving through, and again, you do see our lake effect here, and there's one more little piece back here. I'll talk about that in a second. That could cause some flakes to fly this afternoon. Right now, Houston, it's wet. It's not, I mean, it's not below freezing. It's cold. And you can see, look at New Orleans at 70. They could have severe weather on the Gulf Coast today. There is a slight risk for severe storms all the way from about New Orleans through, the Florida Panhandle. So highs today about 19, 20 degrees. 21 might be a little bit much. But the polar plunge is taken over. And from the Ohio Valley, where it's snowing, to ice in the Tennessee Valley and ice in North Carolina, I mean, this is a big mess for the East Coast. There's one last piece that's going to zip by today, so I've left some flakes possible in the forecast for this afternoon. Once that's gone, we're home free. So the winter storm warnings continue here, ice storm warnings to the east of us, and then you can see all the way to the East Coast. I mean, this storm's a big one, goes all the way to New England. That's kind of crazy to talk about. So our forecast tomorrow, while we're at 28 degrees, you notice how much the cold air, even New Orleans 44, New York 29, snow coming down, deep freeze. All right, here's a little look at Futurecast, a little closer look. Doesn't pick up the lake effect snow, which is not a surprise. We've got that going on. Some flakes may fly this afternoon as we hit about 19, 20. And then tonight, I think we're going to go lower than what our computers say. I think we'll go down to about 9 degrees. Tomorrow afternoon should have plenty of sun, temperatures in the 20s. And then as we get into Tuesday with southwest winds, I think we'll be a little bit warmer on Tuesday, cracking the freezing mark about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 7-day forecast. The bulk of the precip exits. We've got lake effect snow going on. Flakes could still fly this afternoon. Cloudy skies. Then tomorrow, partly sunny, gives way to sunny conditions, 28 degrees. 41 on Tuesday, but we'll start at 13, so very cold in the morning. 40s Wednesday, Thursday. Kind of a weak system. It's not going to do much. It looks like it passes by to our south, but does keep us very cold again by next weekend.